Alrighty then. It has been a little while. I last remember that we were playing at the beginning of a major update, and now it is time for us to examine said major update once again. New run. Oh, that's right, we got Golden with Miss Shard Queen. We're having Umbra as a backup. What do you got? You get to reform a random unit by default with Little Fade, but I know nothing about Little Fade. But Rector Flicker is so good. We might as well be doing Max Covenant. Just dive right into what is probably my inevitable failure. Do I want to do the additional unit or not? Hey, random. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do the normal section, because I think the normal section is easier to work with. So yeah, random, remnant random, let's go. Remnant Umbra. We have the standard, Daedalus fell, and the spells get consumed. And it looks like we're going to be starting to work towards a consume, since we're going for a reformation build. So we'll see how this works. Well, as long as I pay attention to what I do, I shouldn't fail. And this is the first run, so I'm at my max peak. I'm at peak performance and the ability to pay attention. Hello. Now, these are very interesting upgrades. This is the big boost to cost that we love. But Little Fade otherwise has... Little Fade is adorable. And I'm always a sucker for the adorable ones. I always like permanently gaining strength and spikes when dealing a killing blow. So I'm going to guess the spikes do actually do permanent, like... The spikes do count for permanent slay. When you play your third card of the turn, draw one. Well, we do have 0 costs. Fade is a 0 cost, Space Prism is a 0 cost. Well, all champions are 0 costs by default, if I remember right. And we're probably going to turn Primitive Mold into 0 costs alongside Shade Splitter. So we can probably Winged Steel for the additional card draw. What do we got here? Recovery, Forge Disciple, and Change the Sighted. I think we can deal with the Mark of Invasion. She is endless, right? Or was I stupid? No, it was the other one that was endless. So I'm going to have to combine her with something endless, because the Mark of Invasion is going to riggedy wreck us. She's not that great right now, but she will get better later. So we're going to put her up here. She'll just die. We know this already. Oh, that and she can reform herself. No, you'll just... Well, Eaton is only at the end of combat, right? Yes, so we ended up just getting very unlucky. No one to reform. I can't stop you, I never can, so no reason to even try. Second row is always the greatest. Primitive Mold reforms Little Fade. Perfect. And we can start having this go crazy. I would love the draft to be useful, and I think I can get a way to make that work. Put you out there, put you out in front. Little Fade is probably going to be very difficult to actually revive at this point, but you know what? It happens. Can't stop you in any way, shape, or form, but you'll only be able to deal 2 attacks anyway, so eh. The train stewards are at the bottom of the deck. That's actually a little disappointing. Ah, yes. Well, I guess we're going to be working on making one very, very huge train steward. Maybe this combination will not work. Reformations of a random unit rarely do work out. And I can't kill the trusted priest in any way, shape, or form. Well, at least Little Fade got another chance at burnout. I can't stop you, so I'm just going to be taking a buttload of damage. So what we're going to do here is Train Steward. Little Fade is going to be at the back. And I guess we're going to keep working on Memento Mori. You will not die on the first round of combat, so no matter what I do, it's fine. The giraffe can just sit here and die. And I guess we'll Shade Splitter for more energy next turn? This is not going to be a scoring run by any measure. Ah yes, Weight of Contrition. Well, only one I could hope for is Little Fade, and that obviously didn't happen. So this should increase the damage exponentially. This literally does nothing. Yeah, as in it does in fact legitimately do nothing. So I guess we're just going to try to boost out the damage as much as we can. And I'm going to need to find a way to get some targeted, not Reformation. Actually, it will need to be targeted Reformation. Bam. Bam. We're going to just take 3 extra and hope and pray that it's not 3 train stewards. Why are there 3 train stewards? Why did I put them into the pool? They need to leave now. Because Jesus Christ. We need to get these out of the pool as fast as we can, because those are not good to revive under any circumstances. Now, Entombed Explosive is something I like reviving. Memories of the Melted is sadly worthless. I would love to make use of it. But Memories of the Melted needs another card to combo off of it, and we basically have nothing. I don't think Entombed Explosive is actually that good. I kind of want to just revive the girl again and again and again, but there's no easy way to do that because we're going to be feeding her morsels as well. So none of these are actually particularly great, so I'm just going to skip that for money. I mean, this would have worked with Memories of the Melted. But until then, we're taking Mind Collapse so we can actually hit the back line, because currently I've got nothing that hits it. Yeah, we're going to need to upgrade our units, but we don't have any units. I should get something that works off of Gorge triggers, because I'm going to need a secondary theme here to make this work, and just hope I can revive. So here's what we're going to do. Unit, Gorge, +2 attack permanently. The damage shield is just better. Yeah, it's just going to be better. Because I don't have any way to get unit buffs right away. +20 magic power and consume. That's not what we need. What I'm going to need here first is we're going to get Primitive Mold, because we're going to need to rely a lot on reforming units. Going to purge one of the train stewards, because they are bad and do not belong here. Permafrost will stay in hand unless... will not be discarded end of turn. Memento Mori is going to become very strong very quickly in this, and so we're just going to keep it for opportune moments. Non-boss enemy units enter with spikes 3. Sinner's Burden, but you don't hit very hard and you're just tanky. No. No, 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 no. I know this trick. That's just going to get my morsels killed very quickly. You're definitely going to start off dying instantly. Because you already start off with spikes 7. Crucible Warden will be on the second row. We'll have a Space Prism to move forward. I've got nothing to reform, but Train Steward will stay on the top row to catch leaks. And Primitive Mold is sadly worthless for this time. Sinner's Burden hurts, but doesn't hurt enough for me to care. This will kill the front two. I was gonna hope I would do a little bit more. Unfortunate. I guess we'll kill the Sinner's Burden afterwards with the Train Steward. We can definitely do a Reformation. You'll live, but you won't kill anything. No, you will. You will kill him. Which is exactly what we need. Double Draft should kill everyone. We'll have one Sinner's Burden in the deck, but that's alright. We haven't gorged anything just yet. And I would love to. But there's rarely an amazing opportunity. 40 damage just in one fell swoop. Now's not the time for it. Do a Reformation, it's a multi-striking draft, so this should gut through the vast majority? Hail and well met. I should probably use you. Wait, Gorge doesn't count as dead? Since when? That's dumb. Reformation brings out a multi-striking draft. Little Fade is on Burnout 2. You can tank the first hit and kill them both. The multi-striking draft will hit you then. I want to Memento Mori, but I think now's not the time. Instead, we're going to gorge up some damage shields just to guarantee that our troops live and get you out of my deck. Since Exile's about... Oh, really? That's still incredibly dumb. Alright, I want to Memento Mori, but we don't need to. What I actually want to see is if I can get the lady, and Little Fade I do get. First hit for 24, hits back. Hits for 32, sets you down to half health. Well, hits... Okay. I can't kill you this turn. Can I kill you next turn? So that's a total of 48. Yes, I think Little Fade gets the killing blow. If we put Little Fade in the back, we should get the killing blow with Little Fade. Greetings. Oh god, your name is so blue I can't even read it. Tartare 2240. Salutations. I'm gonna purge the Sinner's Burden because I got nothing better to do with my life. Yeah, this should be fine if my math isn't wrong. Perfect. More spikes. Well, Memories of the Melted is now significantly worse, because they don't have those little ones that count as Gorgers. Molten Encasement is funny, because it can kind of work with Little Fade. Kind of. I think that's just going to degrade the pool further. I only want Little Fade to be dying and being reborn. Then why can't I can't even do packed morsels. I don't believe so. Actually, no, she would attack for... No. Because it'd be 26 plus 32. Which is... 26 plus 32. Come on, BrainBoy, you can do basic math. 58 plus the 24 from before would have been... No, 82. Yeah, no, I think you would have been right. I think you would have been right. We would have been fine either way. We just needed to play Little Fade somewhere. Primal Dust is funny, but we rarely start with anything that's worth it. Packed Morsels I would love to use, but really I don't want to generate... I want to generate enough, but I don't want to generate too many. There is not a card I wish to duplicate, so we're going to go to the shop. I'm going to see what's here first. We're just going to be purging someone, probably. This is going to fill up things very fast, but it's an amazing combination, so I'm going to take it because it is a self-sustaining loop, and we're going to go to the Concealed Caverns, see if we get a relic of some kind. Oh boy. Well, Pyre health rarely matters, especially at this point. We'll do one more batch of Pyre health. Alright, now it would matter if I start taking it, so we'll pay 25 coins. Really? Commemorative Spike. Summon a morsel miner on each floor. Yes, we'll take that. The morsel miners are decent as far as morsels go. Which actually means I should now be, I should ditch all the other morsels that are being created, because the stat boosting ones are the only ones that matter. Yeah. Well, I should also ditch the train stewards. Because I need to get the resurrection pool to be as low as possible. So, ditch train stewards, acquire anything else. I think Daedalus is going to beat me, but... Yes, but they still go into the resurrection pool, which is the only thing I care about. So, enemies deal 1 damage to the unit on the front when they die. You go here, you go here, and we'll start generating. We can do a mine collapse, definitely, that's not a problem. Little Fade. I would love to give you the morsel miner, but that's not happening. They still get resurrected, even if eaten. I've seen them get resurrected before. Or at least it's going to matter here, because they're going to get resurrected constantly when they die. Do this for resurrection? Wait, what? Oh, right. Slay. And I cast it on the wrong portion. Fantastic. So, that's the consume pile, but the dead pile, which I can't look at. Okay, you're right. It's going to take a long time to get used to. I'm very sorry. It makes very little sense to me. And so, I will have eternal problems just figuring that out. So you'd explode, which would place you into the dead pool. I don't want to do that. If I place you down here, you'll also go into the dead pool. Well, actually, no, you won't. You'd live and just deal damage, and that brings us Memento Mori. So if we put this one down here, I guess we can give you damage and lifesteal. I didn't play the game since the Exiles update, and I didn't happen to play the, I didn't play the most recent, like, I never played with this faction in the Exiles update. The Melted Remnant. I used to know their names perfectly by heart. Right, that took everything. Oh well. He was dead either way. Yeah, it was basically, since Exiles first came out, I played like 2 runs, didn't have an opportunity to take a look at what I was doing, and here I am. Oh no, you're gonna resurrect a train steward. Okay. I guess that's nice. Get rid of that, no one wants it. I didn't want you to come back, but here we are. There's no point in adding more Shade Splitters or casting more cards. Ah yes, here's where we resurrect everyone but the one we're looking for. Well, might as well make this a very big train steward. That's also extremely, like, it feels like a very weird nerf to a ton of strategies. You'll burn out, but we can bring back Little Fade for at least this round of combat. You won't die on the first round, so that's alright. All of you will burn out before anyone actually dies, but you'll at least be able to deal some damage. There's no reason to reform anything. However, I can leave the train steward up top, get him out of the deck, and maybe cycle to things faster. They'll die, but they deal the lion's share of damage. I don't remember if Little Fade is 1. So will this kill Little Fade? That'll deal 3 instances of 40 damage, which will kill him. The question is how do I stack this order to make sure Little Fade's the one that kills? Oh god, I'm actually have to count this out. 45, 49... 54. I wish there was a way I could tell who gets kill credit by where I place it. You might be right. With the way this is currently set up, it might be physically impossible to get Little Fade to get the kill. Oh yeah, you're right. No, you're right. It would just... Why am I even thinking about this? Little Fade just pop in. It'll guarantee this one dies, but the kill will not be acquired. I might have considered waiting until next round. That probably would have been the smarter option. No, but you'll get frozen. But that wouldn't matter because you would revive. Ah well, silly decisions. Unused to this strategy in particular, with trying to buff up one unit because I so rarely get assassins. Wretch is funny, but no. Remnant Pact. A Blazing Bolt's also new. Wait a minute. Add a stronger version of this card to my discard. Yes. So this would be something interesting for later, when it gets purged and consumed. But I think the Remnant Pact will be better just to make sure the Little Nightmare gets reformed constantly. Not with eating, but I just need my champion to live, die, live again. Grant, consume, keep dying, keep coming back, because it only needs to last to deal damage and cause spikes to trigger. That might also be dumb with reformations. Oh well, we'll see how this works out. I could technically double up the morsels made with a morsel master and make a truly horrendous floor to go through. So we'll try it. I've been needing energy. Card draw is not a problem currently. I can delete 2 cards, get a free relic, or I can try to buff a magic spell and get some coins. I think I'm going to just go for the relic immediately, because I want to delete Train Steward. I need to keep 1 Train Steward for the top floor to catch leaks, and we're going to delete a single Shade Splitter. Get Pyre Health, see what the champion is. It would boost what you gain. It gives you Endless and an Extinguish effect when you die, but I don't want you to be uncastable, which is a very realistic problem. So I think I'm going to stick with the increase in scaling. I'm not ascending or descending, so I'm just going to boost the middle floor, which is fantastic and one of the key components of a future strategy. Aren't one of you guys a multi-strike unit? Well, the Clipped Guardian as a multi-strike unit ain't bad, and these guys having multi-strike actually works directly into my strategy. So yes, welcome. Okay. So Little Fade is a yes. You'd die, but at the same time I kind of want that. Train Steward up top, definitely. Expand further. Remnant Pact, make you endless. I could draft to deal damage to the front. You'd burn out. I guess you can take the additional morsels, and I should put down the draft for the burnout. I mean, hey, you laugh about 1 times 2, sir. There's 0 times 2 right now. Yeah. You die, integral part of strategy. Draft should also die and can deal some damage. Wait, who got the eaten? Oh, the brute did. Okay. You making it up to the top is not a humongous issue. Crucible Warden can pop on down, that's alright. Little Fade comes back down again to continue to die, live, die, repeat. And we will continue to reform. And the draft can go out in front to deal a little bit of harm. Only downside is I don't think we can get Little Fade to gain any additional health. Ah well. Little Fade can just be a suicide bomber. So reform? You're now tanky enough. Little Fade can come back here. We can Mind Collapse you in the back. You die. The answer to your death is a Mind Collapse. But do we want to do that right now? Yes, we do. Mind Collapse instead. Put a draft up here. And there's no one worth reforming. So they both die, that's fine. He doesn't die, but that's alright. I don't need a space prism, because I literally cannot fit more troops on there, even if I tried, so we'll just play that to, again, get it out of the deck. Do another Reformation. They all still die, no matter what I do, but you die instead, which I'm assuming you're dying to Little Fade, which is perfect. Except... no, Memento Mori is not strong enough. Weight of Contrition... I could Memento Mori you. And I probably should do that. You all have enough burnout, so put the lesser burnout in front, because you're probably going to die first. And we'll put the Morsel Excavator up here just to add more stuff to the guy up top, because this guy should be able to heal up and strengthen himself during the entire fight. Okay, so you're gonna punch through, that's alright. You'll dead a Little Fade, that's perfect. There's nothing to reform up here, so... might as well... you won't be able to reform easily, but that's okay. You'll die, you'll be eaten, you'll deal a little bit more damage. You'll take some, that'll be just enough for a breakpoint in your HP. Alright. He dies. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Didn't even get a chance to use a 120 damage Memento Mori because it was completely worthless. I think the tome bonus might not have been the greatest, because now we're not having as many problems as before with Resurrection. With the Resurrection bot, like, stuff. What is winged technology? Morsels enter with damage shield 1. Yes. By God, yes. So Fatal Melting is AoE. AoE is never bad. Subsuming Blade does not help me with Death and Rebirth. But there are some people who are invulnerable because they use tons of armor, so I'll take Subsuming Blade just to try it out. And Ember Cache is just for card draw. I don't feel like I need to spam out that many spells, except it's actually unfortunately very good against the upcoming boss. A Merchant of Trinkets and some additional gold is not bad. I also need to thin out the deck of more useless cards. I rarely need the Shades. I'm keeping a single Train Steward. We probably don't need as many primitive molds as well. Fade's first blade. Friendly units gain rage whenever they lose a stack of burnout. Interesting. That's a lot of extra money. Trader's Quill is funny against this Seraph because it's basically a direct counter. However, we've still got at least 3 areas to go through, and we're about to gain a bunch of extra gold, so we're taking the guild marker. Yes, I'm aware. He's the Seraph the Diligent. He will destroy my spells. That's explicitly why I took the things that already get destroyed, so I can go and deal with him. I've got enough things to resurrect again and again, where that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so it's Stealth Crystal Chick, so she's annoying, but not impossible to deal with. A full restore on the Clipped Guardians will suck, but at the same time, we should be able to pull something off? I think that'll be a mistake. I don't think we need a random artifact. We kind of are about dealing damage in gradual increments. So you'll die. I should bring out Little Fade. I wish I could have Little Fade actually deal damage, though. Crucible Warden and Morsel Maker will get to work. Little Fade will die and will be placed into the Resurrection Pool. Wish I could kill you. Well, I can kill you. That's actually not a huge issue. Alright. We're gonna see what we draw first. Put the space prisms down here. Ember Cache, because why not? We get a Reformation, which allows us to do what we want to do, which is reform our Dancer exactly once. We'll put down Little Fade. She'll kill the first 2, and that's good enough. We will Memento Mori you. I would love to Morsel Master. Do I want the gold? It's 75, yes. I will slow down my entire game plan just to put that down. I should probably put down the Train Steward. She'll die to the last one, but that's okay. That clears the vast majority of the problem children and gives her a hilarious amount of attack and spikes. Train Steward, pop up top. We can toss down a Giraffe and get to resurrecting. I wish this dealt 10 damage. That's all I would need. Reformation. It's Little Fade. Perfect. Little Fade, go down here. You kill 4 of them yourself. Good enough. Subsuming Blade on you. Keeps the damage shield. Draws another. You die. I wish I could avoid it. I don't have a way to. But your death is not a humongous problem. Actually, I can Primitive Mold here. You'll have Burnout too, but you don't take up enough space where that's going to be a huge issue, and we can kill the Clipped Guardian, so no one else should be able to get past this point. And for giggles and grins, we'll toss up eatable morsel. It is a problem, yes, but again, last health point's the only one that matters, and I really can't do anything else about this. I couldn't reduce it, there was no break point that I could have gotten. Okay. We'll put down a morsel master here. We will excavate an ember. We can make you endless now. You have burnout over 2 turns. Is that good enough? I think it is. Because you'll burn out, and we'll pull you back immediately. There's no space up here, but there will never be space up there. And you'd at least get 2 turns here. And we will attempt to start burning out things down at this bottom. Ah, yes, that's why we hated this one. Crystal Cloak just ignores all convention and hits us anyway. I mean, I can Memento Mori. This will guarantee at least 1 kill on the front. And it doesn't guarantee a kill on the back, so we should probably resurrect another. Burn out 3 multi-strike. There. That should be everything. That'll gut you. You'll get the last one. That's about as many turns as I can take. Well, actually, I can continue to waste more time. No, I can't, because the damage shield does not stack. I guess we'll just have to rely on you having a ridiculous amount of damage shield against her. Because this will eat 2 of her stealth, so she'll go down to stealth 6. You'll go up to damage shield 9, so you can hold the line for a while. It would not have avoided 14 damage. It would have... The trained steward before had 12 attack. The person was on 70 health. It might have avoided 14 damage. Blah. I'm not doing my math right. I could Memento Mori, but it guarantees that you don't get the attack boost, so we'll just wait. Well, she's dead anyway, so that's fine. After dealing a killing blow. You don't need health, you gain the extra health. I don't think this ruins the run. Does Slate Trigger only work on enemies? Does it? No, it doesn't. Okay, thank goodness. And then for giggles and grins, we'll hit her for 130. The real star of the show is the Gorger. I have to take a look to see if I actually would have gained anything or not. Crushing Demise is terrible. You should never take it. Remnant Host is funny. With this strategy, it is terrible. I have had nothing but bad experiences with it because I kept using it in a terrible position. Yes, I'm bad-mouthing Crushing Demise. Also, I realize this is in a terrible spot. We'll see if that's in a better spot later. Gem Trove? Actually, wait, no, because I could place this here just below everything. That'll make it easier to see. Cannibalize for sacrificing a morsel. Feast to guarantee eat a bunch of units. Not bad. I'm not a great train conductor, sir. I might have gotten to 13, but that's through a lot of very weird synergies and otherwise. Plus, I can also say that that card is bad for me because currently with my strategy, the only places I could use it are the bottom floor, which kills the person I want to keep alive to deal the killing blows themselves. The middle floor, where if I lose one of those 3 units that make up the middle floor, I'm doomed. And the top floor, where it's completely worthless. There's no one it should be hitting or be used upon. Except maybe the train steward I put up there, which is fine for him to die and have another random non-combat unit die, but it should be a fringe use at best. I've never been a good train conductor, sir. Hence why this is a casual playthrough at best. I guess Gem Trove. I can cast it by baseline, but it's too expensive. Oh no, bottom floor, if my units are dying by my own hand, I'm doing something wrong. Top floor is the only free unit kill, but the enemies should not be making it to the top floor in the first place. If they are making it there, then I'm probably going to fail anyway. Do I upgrade the units I've got? The answer is probably. The Rail of the Covenant, I can get a rail spike. Nothing benefits from this, so we're just going to leave it alone. They'll die to burnout first and foremost, so I have no reason to use that to resurrect them. Basically what I'm saying is I cannot think of an instance with what I currently have where that would actually be very handy. However, what I can think of is granting you quick so you can attack immediately. It's a way to defend yourself. And then I don't think purging another spell card... How many spell cards do I have effectively? 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I probably shouldn't purge any further. Can I get a good special? Yes. Multi-strike is phenomenal. Damage shield. Perhaps the train steward? No. No, putting on the train steward seems weird. The morsel makers should... Oh no, because we're going to get the sweeping units who can start hitting. Who can start hitting through stuff, so I should actually put damage shield on some of these guys. Because I can't put anyone on the top floor except the train steward that would last more than 1 turn. And any unit I put on the top floor gets stunned, so putting the units with burnout up there is especially terrible. At least that's my logic behind it. Morsel Maker is by far the more important of the two to keep alive. Damage boosting them is kind of useless. Should have health boosted, but that's my mistake. Here we go to Fell. We're going to see if we can actually potentially win this. Spell Shield, that's fine. Armor, not as much. Alright. You'll die, but that's okay. You pierce through shields, that's fine, so... Up on bottom floor... Prism... Lil Fade... And oh no, that's gonna start boosting your damage. So, no, I should wait. Otherwise, I'd love to use Subsuming Blade. Crucible Warden's a definite yes. Morsel Master is also a definite yes. You'll die, but you won't enter the resurrection pool because of the cardless text. I guess I can just swing this at Fel. I would love to kill one of these sycophants, but I don't want this gaining a bunch of strength. And we should be able to kill the Alabaster Guardian plus one of these the turn afterwards. Because that'll be what? 25, 25, kills the Alabaster Guardian. Attack, but you have damage shield. Another attack hits, nothing happens. And then the Morsel Master goes out and kills another. Leaving one relatively buff one to make it through, but I think that's okay. So yeah. We'll just hit you with it. Alright, you're the one I can't cast spells on, and that's actually rather unfortunate. Or I don't want to cast spells near. You're almost dead. You lose all your armor. If it were not for Spell Shield, I might find a way to kill you. Morsel Maker definitely will appear down here. Primitive Mold will definitely happen. You just gained 10 armor. I mean, it's still 10 armor, but I think we can make this work. Do I put Little Fade down there with the full intention and understanding that Little Fade will die every single turn if I cast Remnant Pact on her? I think I'm going to hold out for one more turn before making it endless. Train Steward is a definite yes for appearing up top. None will pass the second floor is the strategy we're going for here. And I love Little Fade. Little Fade is just pure fun. You just let Little Fade die repeatedly. We'll bring Little Fade back for another bout of combat. Dead, dead, dead. That's fantastic. Cast a Space Prism up here, draw, cast the Ember Cache now to go through. You'll swing... Oh, you have 63 spikes. No wonder you do so much damage. Yes, come down here. You'll burn out, that's fine. This clipped reflector will also die. Put a Shade Splitter and have you get eaten. Okay. There's no one down here, so Little Fade, who has gotten 72 spikes, will now sit down here, kill the first one yourself, and the draft behind you will kill the second. Sure, we can cast the Excavated Ember. I don't feel that Remnant Pact is worth it now. We can continue to just work on... We can start casting Memento Mori, I guess. And I'll let Draft die from multi-strike. You're right, we aren't. That's fine. He'll kill him on the turn later. I guess the Waxer wasn't good enough. And I guess we can start casting Memento Mori to get through the Spell Shield, but I think we're going to kill it before we do that. So is Fel going to attack? Okay, the overcharged tank is alright. It's only when harvest happens. I could Subsuming Blade the one in the back, because you're going to kill it anyway. You'll gain 10 armor, but that's alright. Subsuming Blade does deserve some buffs. Clipped Guardian's dying anyway. We could do a Reformation. You're burning out, but I think you'll deal more damage before you burn out. In fact, the overcharged tank dies. You don't. Shade Splitter, get me a Rubble Morsel. They'll both die. That would make the overcharged tank not die. This is a very awkward situation. I don't want to think, though. I just want to cast. So I'm going to sit here, cast in my heart out. Oh, thank God. I didn't notice. I'm blind, alright? I've been blinded before, and I've been blinded again. So it's either I get the well, no. Because the overcharged tank doesn't die, this Crucible Warden will probably not be able to kill the Clipped Guardian afterwards. So I should spend the attack here to try to guarantee that this Clipped Guardian dies. Just an overcharged tank, that works out just fine. You die, which is exactly as planned. You're not dead, but this guy should be able to kill next turn. Cast a 1, cast a 2. We'll put the higher order draft up here. That draft should be able to kill this and you later. Little Fade, pop on down for another glorious round of combat. And there's no one worth reforming. So we'll place a damage boosting morsel up top, and you should become strong enough by yourself to kill Fel. If not, Little Fade is getting a lot closer. Fantastic. I have forgotten a lot. Like, I played once or twice after the Exiled update came out, and then I had to stop for college, and I just didn't notice anything since. Let's see what's down here. Overcharged tank is dying. That's fine. You can gain a little health. Sure, we can do a Reformation as well. This Reformation will be just a random draft. And actually, wait, I should just do a Subsuming Blade here. Because the damage remains the exact same, but this boosts. And Memento Mori is 90 damage. What I wouldn't give for the trinket that doubles Gorge triggers, because it would in fact make this man legitimately invincible. So Fel hits once, that's unfortunate. I cannot kill Little Fade because my direct damage is hidden away. But you get damage shield. And I'm going to have a lot of primitive molds, so this will deal a lot more harm. And we'll Memento Mori because why not? And I get Subsuming Blade anyway. Second round, Fel dies before she even gets to the front. Again, Crucible Warden strategies are great. I could even attempt to kill you right now. I could resurrect, but there's no other benefit and or purpose to this. Wait, Extinguish sets people to 0. No, but she becomes Endless anyway, and I have no way to remove Endless. First floor clears the chaff, second floor kills the boss. Kindle for gaining energy. Kind of worthless. Wickless Recruitment. No burnout on Little Fade kind of seems useless. Remnant Pact, while interesting, I don't need another. So removing burnout, does that actually serve a purpose for my units? I want Little Fade to die, so the burnout is good when I resurrect her. In fact, Remnant Pact, I would argue, is kind of useless here. The draft... I can take Wickless Recruitment purely for the top row, and simply station a draft once he's revived enough up there. But that's basically its only purpose, it has nothing else besides. I do not need capacity. I do not need energy. I should probably go for draw to guarantee I find what I need. I don't need to remove more cards, and more trinkets are always good, but I'm going to have another chance to do a trinkets, so if I don't find a good trinket here in this merchant, I should just wait until the next one. My Dark Champion. We are not going to make you endless. I guess we're going to make you Little Icarus 3. Even though I feel like that's kind of irrelevant at this point. Because while Eternal Flame and Endless baseline might be nice, I won't be able to afford the cost before too long. Merchant o' Trinkets, what do you got? Useless. Mask of Penumbra ain't bad. And 7 energy on the first turn. I can think of exactly one niche use, so I'm going to probably take Mask of Penumbra and then ignore everything else. However, before I do that, let's see what the Concealed Caverns has for us. Oh boy. I might take some of the bottled stuff for a worthless turn later. Get some Pyre Health extra. Yeah, we'll see what the Bone Shine looks like. What was its buff? 5 times but purges. And that was 5x but consumes. Oh well. No good relics, nothing to spend the money on. I think I'll take Mask of Penumbra. Oh, yes, okay. Yeah, no, that makes a lot more sense. That can only be really done in infinite combo strategies, and, well, we really don't have any. I would love 400 coins. You've got 5 health, you've got 160. Could I, in theory, handle this? Not for the first 5 or so turns. The Clipped Guardians, or the Gilded Wings, would be too strong. And Little Fade is unfortunately not strong enough to kill the Clipped Guardians by themselves. So while I would love the 400 coins, I just cannot take it. Alright, so you're going to hit Little Fade and take 84. Your Morsel Master, not Morsel Maker. I didn't mean to cast you there, but I mean, I guess that works. I'm going to put the Remnant Pact on you because I get the sneaking suspicion you're going to die. And you have a Slay trigger for restoring health and gaining +2 attack. I want you to live, so yeah, that we'll just handle it this way. Yep, so you're both dead right now. That cannot stand. I placed Little Fade here. That doesn't change anything, because the double strike still kills. Well, you die instead. That's kind of good. I place the Train Steward in front. You barely live. So place the Morsel Master in the back row. That kills everyone here. That's alright. We'll place this and play at the Ember Cache and move on. I would love to Memento Mori. Actually, wait. No, because that's not going to be an issue. You're going to deal the damage, you're going to kill him, that's okay. What I can do here is I can Subsuming Blade you. Room has reached limit. Someone here will gain all the buffs. And I should be able to recast the Crucible limit. Or Crucible Warden, I hope. So yeah, we will Subsuming Blade. We'll play the draft down below, but you'll just die. We will cast a Rubble Morsel, which I forget draws us cards. And you're going to make it up top, but I don't have the ability to avoid that. I guess I could have placed the draft up here, gave him Wickless Recruitment. But that would have dealt 2 damage, which is not a breakpoint. I would need to hit at least 40 damage to actually do something. Okay, so I need to kill you, and that's happening in a Mind Collapse. We're placing the Crucible Warden out in front. He'll take 5, and then he'll hit you. I don't think we're going to survive this, unless I get a very, very big Memento Mori. And we got a Train Steward instead, which is not a very big Memento Mori. It is, in fact, quite the opposite. So I'll just place him as a Sacrificial Lamb. And wait a minute, wait a minute. Not yet. You'll die. It is the end. We got a very bad hand and a very bad startup. Punches through the first 2. Memento Mori deals 70. That's not enough, and since they're stunned, there's nothing we can do, except Bone Shine, maybe. Restore 5 health. Nope, that's not enough either. Wait a minute. There's a... If I could actually reform the correct unit, there would have been a chance. Because I could have used Little Fade, placed her here, dealt 80 damage, and Memento Mori to kill him. But instead, the game decided to say, I have an Excavated Ember. We're going to try this again. Come on, Little Fade. So, you're dead. You I need to rely on something else, so we're going to Excavated Ember. We get the Subsuming Blade, which allows me to kill you, which allows all of these to die, meaning we clear the entire floor. Okay. I need Little Fade to perish, so I can put her back down below. She eats both of these. I don't need the Train Steward anymore. Perhaps I should do Bone Shine? Get that out of the way. It would only restore me up to 5 health. But it might be better than what I've got. Train Steward, you're going to die. Wickless Recruitment. Get rid of the burnout. Put the draft behind you. You're still dead. Shade Splitter will gain the energy here. And we're going to just hold on to the Bone Shine. And we get Memento Mori back, which means we can do another shenanigans like this. Well, the double slay triggers happen. Oh, boss appears next turn. We're going to... I don't need a Primitive Mold. What I need to do is get rid of you. Shade Splitter. Place you up top, because you'll be eaten before you die, which draws me another Primitive Mold. What's the last card in the draw pile? Primitive Mold. All primitive molds. I only need 2 energy here. But I'd only get 2 energy back. Play about as much as I can expect. I could place the draft up here. Actually, wait, what am I doing? That's the vast majority of the damage output being done gone. I want Memento Mori you, but you're not going to give me the opportunity. But I can also place the Train Steward up here for a little more damage. I think this is still the end because I can't get rid of the Willed Wing. And the Steel Wing at the same time. Except I think I can place Little Fade up top again. Because... oh, wait, no. Because I would need to get rid of the debuffs, meaning I need to draw Wickless Recruitment next turn. So I need to draw through my deck as fast as possible. This is some very weird, bizarro logic I have to go through. I shouldn't... no, I should play the draft because when I ditch this hand, it gets reshuffled. It'll reduce my odds of actually drawing what I need when I need it, but I might be able to pull something out. Memento Mori deals 100 damage. However, we can do a big combination. Your Relentless Trample, excess damage is applied to subsequent enemy units. You should be fine. I need to get rid of the ones in the back. I would love to use Subsuming Blade on it, but I don't think that's an amazing plan. So we're going to... I need to play you first to see what I get. So. Subsuming. Memento. This means he dies because we deal 60 damage through. So we live for this turn. I think at this point, I'm going to avoid your burnout. I'm going to Wickless Recruitment you. The Bone Shine is not usable here. You'll die next turn anyway. The problem is these two. I need damage spells to kill them. Ask and you shall receive. Die? Die. He's dead. Okay. That worked. It was very hairy, but it worked. Alright. What are the clan packs? Devourer of Death is funny. Sacred Wicks, we don't actually have enough resurrection stuff where we actually need that, but a consume card isn't bad on the boss that already consumes. They nerfed Bounty Stalker. Interesting. But he's not that great. So, what do I want? What do I want? Probably is going to be Sacred Wicks, just to have another sacrificial card to throw under the bus for 0 mana. Yes, Harvest doesn't work on Eden, I'm aware. So, what I'm going to do... I'm probably going to grab Sacred Wicks as a sacrificial lamb. Ember Forge is funny, but none of this is particularly good, so we're going to move on with a little bit of gold. I should go for the Pyre Shard. Is there something I would duplicate? The answer is actually probably Memento Mori. Probably. Can't duplicate Little Fade. No. The 20, because this is only 20 health, right? Yeah, no. If I'm dying, I'm going to be dying not by a small amount, so the 20 health will not matter. And the Crucible unit is only good if I have a constant supply of morsels, which I would have to duplicate 2 units twice. I could make another 0 cost, or reduce the cost of another card, but I'm going to see what else I can do first. Get the money. What are my trinkets? Dazed when they enter the floor below the pyre. Yes, it probably is. Except I think it costs more. Forever Flame, none of my units cost enough, and I get them all out of my hand instantly. Melting Sprout, I don't need things to die. Probably Light's Gift. If I reduce the cost of a spell, what would it be? Probably Memento Mori. Make it more castable in general. Oh well, my choice has already been made. So if I take Emberstone for 15, can I still grab the Light's Gift? I can. I could re-roll and try to get something better, but I might also lock myself out of relics. So yeah, we're going to first grab an Emberstone. We're going to place it on Memento Mori so it is castable more often, in addition to other spells. We're going to go to Trinkets. We're going to grab Light's Gift. And I've got 75 gold afterwards that I could spend if I were to give someone else. You know what? I think I can give someone else. Yeah, Bone Shine's Purge. That's why I'm not going to toss any upgrades into it. It's not worthwhile. We'll keep Subsuming Blade because it has niche uses against armor, and give it Permafrost as well. And I have no money remaining. The Unstable Vortex, while interesting, if I could purge dead weight, I would love to, but I can't. I don't need all these primitive molds because the maximum I should be resurrecting is 3 troops, so I should get rid of 1, but they're going to get purged from my deck anyway. So to Seraph the Diligent we go. So now I have to be very careful to A, not overplay the sheer number of cards I've got. And I have to be careful about the Vengeful Shards so I don't die horrifically. You're all hitting. Little Fade, get on out there. Morsel Maker, you get to start consuming things. Train Steward, say hello. Remnant Pact, we're going to save for later. At least you'll take a ton of damage. Oh boy. So I have to play Self-Mutilation or I die. Crucible Warden, you can get out there. Ember Cache is exactly what I'm looking for in terms of things to play for free. You die right now, but you won't die anymore once I play this, but I only need 1 energy to play it. So what I should do is cast you because I'll die if I don't get rid of you. And now I've got Morsel Master, so I should dump all of you onto the field. Mind Collapse you to clear you out. I'll take 1, but this should kill everyone directly in front of me. I understand, Flare. You don't need to worry. He's dazed, he dies, that's fine. I need to get rid of Self-Mutilation, and I also need to find a way to survive. Because right now, I'm not. So we're going to I'm not going to survive this one, and he's going to die. This one is required to be played at some point. I should do a resurrection. This will kill you. You'll die. You'll take 5 and then kill her off. Morsel Extractor, you can gain some damage and lifesteal. There's no one I can reform. So we'll do this again with another consume. Situation is rather dire. I'm looking for spells, and we lost our burnout dude, but we have Wickless recruitment to try to pull it back, so to speak. Two self-mutilations. Painful, but not impossible. Sacred Wicks gets consumed, we will reform the 2. Crucible Warden cannot be replayed because I don't have enough here. They're all frozen. Can I possibly survive? Little Fade, Wickless Recruitment, smack, smack. You get up top, you could deal damage. I would need to play you 2 and Bone Shine. You would still kill me. So no, that doesn't work. Draft, Wickless doesn't matter because I need Little Fade to deal the damage in the first place. You might have Quick. You pop up here, that's not enough. And Morsel Master dies. Yep. F indeed. There's no way I can actually get through this situation. I got bogged down with too many things to begin with. And played the... Well, even if I did play the shard space correctly, it still wouldn't have been good enough to survive. I might as well play it out before giving up entirely. Gets rid of that, draws a card, Subsuming Blade. Does that suddenly change the algorithm? Front 2 die, you're the only one that lives. Subsuming Blade kills you. I'm okay, I think. Dead. Die, you go up top. You're not dazed anymore, but as long as I don't take 1 damage, I live. If I put the multi-striking draft down, you tank the first hit, 2 other hits come through. Okay, this barely works. Draft. You die, you live. Damage is dealt. Little Fade will survive. Crucible Warden can come down here. You're going to die anyway, but you can deal some preliminary damage. The power of math. Not to be confused with meth. He burns out. Pyre lives with 1 HP. Downside is this means Little Fade cannot survive, and we have so many of these that happen to come up at the exact same time. Spatial Prison. To extend outwards from here. I have 1 choice, and I die. I tried my best, but without multi-strike on Little Fade, there's nothing I can do. Because I have to play all of them. Oh well. With the weird death synergies, it made it both stronger and weaker at the exact same time, so I'm not really sure what to think. Other than this kind of bites.